average. Okay. You get all the water out of the bottle.
Okay, let me just... Alright. Hi everybody, it's Kylie, and I'm doing a preparation video for my experiment, yeast reproduction and sugar substitutes, and right now we're setting up our tank. Well, it's more like our bucket. And we're, what is it called? Submerging?
This is our graduated cylinder,
Hmm?
and we're going to take all the air out of it.
Okay. It has to have no air in it whatsoever. It has to be all water. And then we flip it upside down. And it does have measurements on it, which I'll show you in a second. Okay, while that's being set up, you have the yeast. That's 1 tablespoon of yeast in there. And we'll put that in the other water bottle that I'll show you. And over here, we're measuring the temperature of the water. It has to be about 115 or 112.
Approximately 112. Right now, it is temperature's going back down. We have to bring it up a little bit more.
Alright, so we have to heat the water up a little bit. That'll also go in the water bottle with the yeast. And today's experiment, we're using a sugar substitute. We're not using table sugar anymore. We're using the Splenda. So yeah, and you see the marking. Each of the markings is 1 fluid ounce going down, yeah. And we're trying to see how much of the water, how much of the water escapes. 1 fluid ounce in volume. I don't know why I used to forget to say that.
Okay. If you check the temperature on this, you'll see, I don't know if you can see that, but it is about 112.
Okay.
Right between. Alright.
Okay. So we're good to go with that.
So we put the Splenda in first. This is a Splenda. You've already measured it.
Yep. So that's 1 tablespoon of Splenda that we're putting into the water bottle. Yeah, it makes sense to use the paper because it would have really been messy.
Okay, so that's all in there.
Okay.
Let's look at more.
Oops.
Alright, let's go. We put the water in. One thing we actually did not do was to attach the...
Alright, my dad's going to get something. So we've just put in the sugar and the water. And one of the most important things, we have to attach the tube. So my dad's about to attach the tube. Oh, and note the time. We haven't exactly started, but we're in preparation, so it's about 7:20 now. And the experiment is about like 45 to 50 minutes. Yeah, it's a lot of waiting. Okay.
So we will now add the yeast.
Oh, the yeast. That's very important. Okay. Okay, so we have 1 tablespoon of yeast, 1
I
tablespoon.
think it's 2 tablespoons, isn't it?
Oh, is this 2 tablespoons of yeast?
Yes.
Okay, 2 tablespoons of yeast, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and then some water.
No, not sugar this time.
Oh, it's
the
Splenda.
sugar substitute. Yeah, you're the scientist. Come on, get it together. So the reaction, take note of the time.
Okay, it's 7:22. We've just put in the yeast,
And we're
the
connecting
sugar
the hose.
substitute. Oh, now we're connecting the hose. The hose is a bottle cap, and the plastic tubing is connected underwater to this water bottle, which has another cap.
Okay, this is connected.
Okay.
And we'll wait to see when it starts to form
Bubble.
bubbles.
Okay, 1 second. And I'll note it's 7:22 or 23 right now. We just put the tubing, we just connected the tubing from this water bottle with the yeast, the sugar substitute, and the water to our regular water bottle, which has been marked. So we're waiting for some bubbles.
Unlike yesterday when we used sugar, it started bubbling almost immediately.
Yeah, it's actually taking a lot longer.
Did you mark the time?
Yeah, I have to mark it on. Can you hold that, please? Thank you. 1 second. So I've got my science notebook, and I'm just noting the time. Okay. So we've started about 7. We started at 7:23. Okay. And we're waiting for the bubbles, and I'll record when we actually start to see the bubbles form. The yeast is already starting to expand. I don't know if you guys can see that. Nothing. Wow. It's taking a lot longer for... I don't know what this is.
Alright, I'm not sure. Let's see, is it a bubble? Doesn't look like it.
Might be a marking hold off. Taking a lot longer. Yesterday, the bubbles started occurring within the first minute that we connected the tubing. I'd say almost like in 30 seconds it started. And it was very rapid at first. And then maybe a couple minutes later it slowed down. But it hasn't even started yet. And it's already been about 2 minutes.
Yeah, would you hold this?
So now I'm starting to think that the sugar substitute isn't as effective or isn't as strong as the table sugar.
Alright, according to your experiment, if you wait take a reading 5 to 10 minutes after it starts.
Alright. Okay. So that was my preparation video, and you can watch part 3 of my actual experiment to see when the bubbles actually start occurring. So I'll check back in at in 10 minutes. So in about 10 minutes, okay? So that's how you prepare for this science experiment with yeast reproduction and sugar substitutes. All right.
Did you name the name of the sugar substitute?
Yes, that's the Splenda. Okay. Bye.
Which is essentially sucralose.
Sucralose, yes. All right. So, bye everybody.